Okay, new journey, new artist. You got a solo artist. I don't know why. I feel like it's been a while since I did a solo artist. I've been doing a lot of bands. Um, so yeah, it just kind of feels like wow, just to see one name at the title, kind of just caught me off guard. But never heard of this man. Never heard of his art. Don't know much about him at all. This is Bob Seger or Seger or Seger. Again, I never heard of this guy, man. And because this is our first reaction, we got to do some homework and find out exactly who it is that we are looking at. So let's do it. Let's do it here. Okay, here we go. American singer, songwriter, and musician. As a locally successful Detroit area artist. This is our second artist or act from Detroit. He performed and recorded as Bob Seger in The Last Heard in the Bob Seger system throughout the 1960s, breaking through with his first album, Ramblin' Gamblin' Man, which contained his first national hit of the same name in 1969. By the 1970s, he had dropped the system from his recordings and continued to strive for broader success with various other bands. In 1973, he put together the Silver Bullet Band with a group of Detroit area musicians with whom he became successful on the national level with the album Live Bullet, recorded live with the Live Bullet Band in 1975 at Cobo Hall in Detroit, Michigan. Okay. With the career spanning 6 decades, Seger has sold more than 75 million records worldwide, making him one of the world's best-selling artists of all time. Inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame in 2004 and the Songwriters Hall of Fame in 2012. He announced his farewell tour in September of 2018. Okay. We're dealing with a legend. 75 million records sold. Held in high regard. Songwriter. You gotta be a great songwriter to be in the Songwriter Hall of Fame. So that's okay. We dealing with a legend here. I'm excited. I'm ready. Again, never heard of him at any capacity. Not in passing, the internet, word of mouth, own research, never heard of him. So I'm really excited to go into this completely blind. This is Turn the Page. Let's see what Bob got for us, man. I'm excited. Let's go.
On a long and lonesome highway east of Omaha, you can listen to the engine moaning out his one-note song. You can think about the woman or the girl you knew the night before. But your thoughts will soon be wandering the way they always do when you're riding 16 hours and there's nothing much to do. And you don't feel much like riding, you just wish the trip was through. See, here I am on the road again. There I am up on the stage. Here I go, playing star again. There I go, turn the page. Well, you walk into a restaurant, strung out from the road, and you feel the eyes upon you as you're shaking off the cold. You pretend it doesn't bother you, but you just want to explode. Most times you can't hear them talk, other times you can. All the same old cliches. Is that a woman or a man? And you always seem outnumbered. You don't dare make a stand.
Alright, Bob is smooth. It's and his style, not voice, his style. It reminds me of Johnny Cash a little bit. We had a nice Johnny Cash, journey. We learned a lot about him. And his songwriting is probably the part that really pulled me into Johnny Cash. Everything has a story and, kind of a journey. Every song felt like a journey, explaining a person and their thoughts and their movements and actions and their way of life. And that's what I'm getting from Bob. It's real, just... At first I was thinking a trucker. And now I don't know why I started thinking of like a guy on a motorcycle. But it could be anybody. He didn't specify the vehicle. But he's talking about somebody on the road and just living on the road. I just love how he put it together. And whoever was on that I don't know if that was a saxophone or a horn at the beginning. That was beautiful. I want that to come back at some point. But this simple, just spoken word type of vibe, I love it. Y'all know I love that. I love spoken word when it's just a guitar, maybe a drum, just to add a little bit of, a little sprinkle or something. But when you just, it almost sounds like a song that should have been in Red Dead Redemption. For those who play video games, it sounded like a song that could have been like the song for the commercial for Red Dead Redemption. That's the vibe I get from it. It's smooth. I like this.
Here I am on the road again. There I am up on the stage. Here I go, playing star again. There I go, turn the page. Out there in the spotlight, you're a million miles away. Every ounce of energy you try to give away as the sweat pulls out your body like the music that you play. Later in the evening as you lie awake in bed with the echoes from the amplifiers ringing in your head, you smoke the day's last cigarette, remembering what she said. Here I am on the road again. There I am up on the stage. Here I go, playing the star again. There I go, turn the page. Ah, here I am, on the road again. There I am, up on the stage. Here I go, playing star again. There I go, there I go.
Woo! Alright, Bob. Alright, Bob. I see what you did there. I see what you did, Bob. Okay. I'm keeping my eye on you, Bob. We gotta hear that again.
I go, playing star again. There I go, there I go.
Okay. Alright. I see you, Bob. I see you. The last 30 seconds is the highlight of the song for me. The song was a vibe. The song was beautiful. It built up to the last 30 seconds. So the song itself is incredible. But the last 30 seconds, whatever that saxophone, I'm gonna say that's a saxophone. Lord have mercy. I'm not gonna lie, y'all. Y'all know me. I'm a sucker for saxophone. I'm just a sucker for the blues, and it's very few instruments that hit like a saxophone. Horns, when properly placed, you know, it just hit the body a certain way. I actually would love if somebody did that study. Like, we all know music hits us in different ways and we react to it in different ways. But I would love to know the psychological aspect of how instruments were designed to be perceived, if that makes any sense. Like, so when I hear an electric guitar, right, for some people an electric guitar is exciting. It's, you know, the second they hear it, it's a certain way you react to certain instruments. I would love to know the psychological, because they're all instruments. They all make a sound. They all, in different ways, kind of possess the same power. But I would love to know, and I know I'm not making any sense, so I'm about to shut up. But I just want to know how or why the brain hears music in particular instruments a certain way. Like, why does my brain react differently to a tambourine as opposed to a horn? You see what I'm saying? I know I'm not making no sense, so I'm gonna shut up. Back to Bob. So I said, song-wise, structuring of the song, songwriting, it gave me Johnny Cash. And up until the end, he went a little Chris Stapleton, it just got a little soulful at the end. I ain't gonna lie. Not bluesy, but definitely a little soul was in there. Up until that point, again, it was almost a spoken word chill song, but I can't really put my finger on who I could compare him to. Nothing's really, hitting me at the moment. But up to that point, I mean, just that feeling. And when that saxophone came in, a saxophone, every time I hear saxophone, and this goes to show you how often and how much I heard it in my life. But if you ever watch Law and Order, towards the end of Law and Order, a saxophone comes in. No, is it Law and Order? I can't see, now I'm messing up. I know you got the guitar. It's down, down, down. But it's one of those Law and Order crime shows where a saxophone comes in and it just sounds and feels so good. Anyway, I'm rambling. Let's do some song research. I love that song. This song is a vibe. Turn the Page. Originally recorded in 1971 and released on his Back in 72 album in 1973. Okay, so the song was recorded in 71, released on his Back in 72 album that came out in 73. Gotcha. It was not released as a single until Seger's live version of the song on the 1976 Live Bullet album got released in Germany and the UK. Still gets a significant airplay on classic rock stations. It better. Released on Capitol Records. He was on Capitol. That's dope. Turn the Page is about the emotional and social ups and downs of a rock musician's life on the road. See, I just took it as, I was thinking trucker or a biker, somebody who just kind of rides on the road, but now that I think about it, it couldn't have been a biker because you love riding. So, and he was making it. It definitely was a somber, sad thing. Like you tired of being on the road. So that's why I was thinking trucker at first. Definitely not a biker. Now that I think about it. But yeah, I definitely get musician. Okay. While we were driving, this is road manager Tom Weschler. Turn the Page. Bob's great road song came along in 1972 while we were driving home from a gig. We were in Iowa in winter and stopped at a restaurant. We stood out when we entered a store or a gas station or a restaurant. At this restaurant, it was particularly bright inside, so there weren't any dark corners to hide in. All these local guys were looking at us. What are these guys? Is that a woman or a man? Just like in a song, that was one incident, but there were so many others on the road that led Seger to write the song. That song is beautiful, man. Platinum here in the States. Metallica did a cover. Metallica covered this song. I bet you it was good too. I just can't see it. Wow. Metallica covered this song. Oh wow, it won a country music award. Okay. I'm not gonna lie, I would love to hear The Metallica version. I'm sure they don't stay true to the record. I'm sure Metallica put their own heavy metal, thrash metal spin on it. But I'm interested to hear it. Maybe it's one of those situations where I'm overthinking it, and they just probably just took the words and definitely just made it a whole different song, but probably just took the lyrics. But I would love to hear that. But back to Bob. Bob is phenomenal. The fact that I struggle to find somebody to compare him to, that's an A+. I can't compare him to anybody. He doesn't, outside of that last 30 seconds where he got a little Chris Stapleton with it, it's nobody I can like vividly compare him to at all. Again, song structure wise, it reminded me of Johnny Cash, the songwriting aspect. But performance wise, I don't think I can compare him to anybody. Shout out to Bob. All right. Y'all got me. Y'all know I need 3 songs to call myself a fan. This is definitely, we starting on the right track. I'm a big fan of this song. Turn the Page is phenomenal. If this is his vibe on all of his songs, the more laid back spoken word type, I'm all for it. I mean, it's amazing to me. It's amazing. I would love to hear more. So y'all request and recommend, and I'm on it. I want to think of a question. Give y'all a question of the day. It ain't hit me. You know what? That'll be my question of the day. What instrument? I want to think of the right word. Not excites, but what instrument? What's your favorite instrument? Maybe I should just keep it simple. What's your favorite instrument? What is the instrument that you hear that does it for you? You know, again, I love all instruments. They all, if performed properly, I thoroughly enjoy. If I had to pick one instrument that always gets me, you know, it might be boring to a lot of people, but it might be the bass. Nothing sounds better to me, and that probably gives y'all some more insight of my blues and soul, because you know the soul is driven off the bass. You can have whatever. You can have guitar, drums. Soul is all in the bass. I think it's the bass. A good organ. I heard an organ in there. That was good. I'm going to stick with the bass. I love a good bass line, man. Love it. Yeah, I'm going to go to bass. Y'all let me know. What's your favorite instrument? I'm sure some of y'all even play instruments. I would love to know if you play any instruments. I would love to. Look, if y'all got some footage on YouTube of you performing something, let me see. I wouldn't mind checking it out. Let me see. I would love, look, here at the Mob, we support each other. So, if anybody got a special talent or you are artists of your own, and, you know, I would love to check it out. You know, let me see what y'all got going on over there, you know. But that's my question of the day. What is your favorite instrument? That's my question of the day. But as always, like, comment, subscribe. I appreciate y'all for watching. Until next time with Bob Seger. Peace.